Have you ever wondered how you can create multiple layers on your backdrops if you only have one crossbar? If you ever wondered that question, guess what? Stay tuned because I have an insider tip that I'm going to share especially for you. By the end of this video, you will not only know how to create multiple layers if you have one crossbar, but you'll also learn some insider tips that you're not going to want to miss. So let's stay tuned. I am Precious Stevens of the Posh Academy, and I teach event creatives such as yourself how to attract higher paying clients through premium draping. So if you are new to the platform, I want to know your biggest draping question. So post it in the comments below, and guess what? I may have a solution specifically for you. And in today's video, we are going to be using different textures and different blends of fabric. So if you've ever wondered exactly where to get fabric from or what kind of fabric to get, you want to check out this other video, So you want to check out this video over here where I'm sharing all the insider tips so you no longer have to worry about that question. So let's dig in. So first thing you want to do is actually thread your base layer. I am going to be using stretch fabric for my base layer, so I'm only going to use 4 panels. So once you put on your base layer, if you want to do a technique called the up and over, this is the technique that's going to allow you to have 2 different layers with only 1 crossbar. So it's a couple things you kind of want to keep in mind if you are going to do this technique. For one, I would say it's a con for some because you have to have extra long fabric, right? Because not only are you going to toss your fabric over the crossbar, you have to have enough in the back where it's going to be supported so it don't slide down once you lift your unit up. So when you are doing the up and over, you don't have to necessarily touch the floor in the back of this backdrop because it's an opaque fabric. However, if it wasn't opaque, and let's just say if it was sheer and you was using the same technique, you definitely would want it to touch the floor, because if it doesn't, wherever it stops at, you're going to be able to see it. So I can see straight through and tell that I have a second layer back there that's not fully down to the floor. So if you are doing this with a sheer, you definitely want to make sure your fabric is touching the floor, and not only in its lowest setting. It has to touch the floor once you raise it to whatever your desired length is going to be. But for the sake of this video, since we are using opaque fabric, it doesn't necessarily have to touch the floor. However, I would highly secure it in the back with some safety pins or some sort of the pearl tip pins that I normally use. So only thing you want to do is find out exactly where you want to place your fabric. It could be in the middle. You could be doing multiple panels or however you're going to do it. And you just put it up there. And you kind of give it a little pleat just by pinching it. So it just doesn't, you don't want to just throw it up there like that and then just attempt to swag, because it's not going to do it right. So let's just say I'm starting all the way on one end and I'm pinching all the way over to provide some pleats in my fabric. That is pretty much how you're going to create a second layer with only 1 crossbar. If you're using multiple panels, you would do the same exact thing over the entire crossbar for whatever your design is going to be. Something like this, if I have the drape all the way on the end, quite naturally, I would be swagging it this way or bringing some kind of swoop to the middle. So it would be an orange here, and then it would be an orange on this end. And these aren't colors I would normally design with. I'm just doing a good contrast for the sake of the video so you can see it. So same thing. Make sure I have enough fabric back there. Start all the way on the end. And then you just pleat it all the way over with pinches. Make sure your fabric is straight and is not crooked. Otherwise, it's going to show in your design. Now, once you get to this part, the main thing you want to be mindful of is measurement. If you've seen any of my videos or you've seen a lot of my students with measuring tapes in their hands, it's because the measuring is what determines if your swags are going to be even. So let's just say if this is approximately 24 inches, this orange, this on this side needs to be the exact same. So if you have 24 inches of orange here, you should have 24 inches of orange there. So I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you, again, only have one crossbar, this is an easy way that you can create double swags, or not swags, multiple layers with different colors, different textures. If you are using opaque, you would just have to pin your second fabric to the back. Pin it to your base fabric. If you're using sheer, make sure whatever you're using, it's double the length of your backdrop so it doesn't show. If you found this video to be helpful, give me a like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your notifications bell so you can know every Tuesday and Thursday when I upload a new video. If it's something specific you would like to see on the channel, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to get it on the schedule. Stay tuned. That's it.